Okay, part two of story time. So I had managed to get a police case open, which is completely unheard of, and I didn't know that there are pretty much no other reported cases in history where rape victims get justice in the Middle East, and particularly in the UAE or Dubai or whatever region you want to call it. And here's some things that were let slip by CID that were absolutely shocking. Um, these men had filmed their attack and they confessed, and they said that they were scared because I was a British woman, which didn't make any sense to me at the time. And then it turns out they had loads of other victims, Indian and Filipino girls, probably African girls. This is what the police said to me, said in his Arabic accent, oh, they had many other victims, like Indian, Filipino, like this. So that was a terrible Arabic accent, by the way. So they were a prolific rape gang. And I don't believe for one second that they had already not been reported by someone else. But here's the horrific thing. If they were reported by an Indian or a Filipino or an African woman, the police probably were even more horrible to them than they were to me. And I only got my case open because I persisted, because I lay on a hospital floor for 9 hours, because I tolerated racist and misogynistic abuse from the policemen. And eventually, after like nearly 24 hours after the attack happened, it got referred to CID just because they wanted to get rid of me. And CID are a cut above the normal policemen. And I, looking back on it now, at the time I thought, oh my God, they're taking it seriously. This is an indication of a desire for deeper reform. They realize that rape victims are victims. They're not going to arrest me or jail me. I now see it completely differently. I think that they were worried about the reputation, that somebody sensible from a senior position was smart enough to realize that this could have been a PR nightmare, because nobody will visit Dubai as a tourist destination if there are headlines that read British women kidnapped from taxis in JBR, because there's no way to spin victim blame on this. I was on my way home in a taxi and these men pulled over by the side of the taxi and physically dragged me into their car, and then were seen on camera paying the taxi driver 150 dirhams to look the other way, and he just drove off. No duty of care. Pakistani taxi driver who wasn't even fired from his job. So I was effectively sold or trafficked in Dubai for 150 dirhams. So I'm not surprised those men were frightened, because this is what white privilege is. You know, it's sickening to me that those other women that complained didn't get justice. Maybe they were arrested, maybe they were jailed, maybe they were unalived. I honestly have no idea. And the main reason that I decided to see this case through was because I wanted to get justice for them.